Let's talk about body care products. In this day and age, it seems that we are surrounded by an ever-growing choice of cosmetics. But given the threat we face from depopulation chemicals, disguised as fragrances, emulsifiers, exfoliants, moisturizers, and a dozen other hygiene products, it is best to limit ourselves to as few as possible while the depopulation program rages on. The only body care products that I consider essential are but three: a good soap, a good shampoo, and a good toothpaste. This is all I have been using for the past 5 years, just these three. I choose them with extreme care because they are important. Of course, I'm a man, and it is relatively easy for men to limit ourselves to just three body care products. Women will have a far more difficult time since women use the vast majority of cosmetics produced. Nevertheless, both men and women will have to reduce the body care products they use to an absolute minimum, both in terms of number and frequency, if we are to survive the depopulation era and thrive. Anything that comes into our bodies and in contact with our skin has to be carefully considered. Whether we like it or not, we have to take the following precautions so long as the depopulation lobby encourages companies and corporations to poison us through body care products and give them legal cover to keep the poisons they insert in their products secret and protected by intellectual property laws. So long as that is the case, what can we do? There are 8 things on my list. No fluoridated toothpaste and no mouthwash. No shaving creams. No perfume, cologne, or air fresheners. No deodorants or antiperspirants. No tampons that are not organic. No suntan lotions. No creams whatsoever. And no antimicrobial soap. The fewer cosmetics we use during the depopulation era, the better. Soap, shampoo, and toothpaste are the only body care products that are truly essential, at least for a man, which is why you must choose them carefully. Now, let's go into the bathroom so I can show you what I do to protect myself from the threat that comes from hygiene products. The first hygiene product to be adulterated by the depopulation lobby was toothpaste, as that enables them to suppress fertility in anyone who uses toothpaste, and of course the vast majority of people use toothpaste. The toothpaste we use has to be fluoride free to be safe, since fluoride is the sterilizant that the depopulation lobby adds to toothpaste to accomplish their demographic objectives. Toxins commonly found in toothpaste in addition to fluoride are sodium lauryl sulfate, artificial flavors and colors, artificial sweeteners, diethanolamine, propylene glycol, and triclosan. So when choosing the right toothpaste, you should ensure that it does not contain fluoride and any of these poisons I just mentioned, in addition to sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium laureth sulfate, which are dangerous surfactants and detergent that should not be in your toothpaste either. The Depop-free toothpaste that I use, depending on the country that I'm in, are Tom's in North America, Lavera in Western Europe, and Viva Natura here in Romania, and this is what a tube of Viva Natura looks like. They're all three are excellent, but as far as I'm concerned, this Romanian product from Viva Natura is the best one. If you need help finding the right toothpaste, EWG, the Environmental Working Group, is a good source to find out which products are safe and which are not, since they rate them according to the depopulation poisons, according to the poisons that they contain, from the least to the most. So you can always access their website and get some help It's particularly important for people in North America since it caters to North Americans, but it is helpful elsewhere. Besides, if you cannot find a product in a natural store in your home country, you can always go online and order something that is safe and determined to be safe by people like EWG, the Environmental Working Group. But you can do it yourself too by simply looking at the ingredients list to make sure that it contains nothing but plant extracts and natural products, like this Romanian toothpaste does. So, what is the proper way to brush your teeth in addition to making sure that you have the right toothpaste? Well, first of all, make sure that you add just a tiny amount, just a drop of toothpaste. And this is particularly important if you don't have safe toothpaste. That is enough. That is all you need. Then brush your teeth vigorously and make sure that you rinse well. So, I suggest you brush your teeth just once a day in the morning. It is all you need. You have to keep in mind that bacteria takes 48 hours to form large enough colonies to damage teeth. And if you rinse thoroughly 5 or 6 times, then you get all the toothpaste out of your mouth. And this is particularly important if you don't have the proper toothpaste. Let's say you are in an emergency situation, you're traveling and you have to use fluoridated toothpaste. Then you have to rinse your teeth at least 10-20 times, and you swish the water vigorously in your mouth from side to side 5-10 times, and then you spit it out, and then you rinse again. And you repeat this process about 10 times, so that by the end of it you feel absolutely, you can taste absolutely no toothpaste in your mouth, and you can smell none, and it is as though you haven't even brushed your teeth. That way you get rid of all the residue that might be left over and that might pose a danger. But of course there's no reason why you shouldn't travel with the right toothpaste, so you don't have this problem to begin with. Now on to the next daily body care routine for men at least, which is shaving. And once again, I stay away from any shaving creams like this one here, which is a commercially produced one. They contain all kinds of chemicals that are unsafe, some of them being even depopulation poison. So I just use a natural soap, the one that I showed you before, and I wash my face with that and then shave. But before I move on to my shaving routine, I should tell you that you should never use any mouthwash. Throw away all mouthwash bottles that you may have in your bathroom. This one here in my bathroom, well, in the bathroom of the people I live with, has been sitting here for ages collecting dust because nobody uses it, nor should you. All mouthwash is chock full of depopulation poisons. The fluoride content alone is astronomical. In addition, most mouthwash contain harsh detergents, something like cocamidopropyl betaine, as well as synthetic sweeteners like sorbitol and saccharin, synthetic colors, aromas and flavors composed of volatile solvents. So these substances have no place in your mouth, and that is why you should not use them. Not only does mouthwash alter the natural pH of your mouth, it also destroys the basic flora of the mouth and predisposes you to mouth and throat cancers. If you absolutely must use a mouthwash, then just rinse your mouth with a solution of water and baking soda. You can make it yourself, or you can buy something like a product from Tom's of Maine. They make something like that in North America. I'm sure you'll find similar products throughout Europe and elsewhere. This is the protocol I have been using for brushing my teeth for the last 6 years, since I have been aware of the depopulation agenda. And of course, my teeth are in perfect shape. I have absolutely no caries, no problems with my teeth whatsoever, no fillings. And I'm almost 52 years old. Of course, I had the good luck of being born and being raised in communist Romania, in one of the few countries in Europe whose president protected the population from the depopulation program. So I never used toothpaste with fluor until I was 14 years old, which is a crucial period because that's when your body, your teeth develop. So still, you can start these healthy protocols now and safeguard the health of your teeth and the health of your body, because now we all have the knowledge necessary to do so, and there's no reason why we shouldn't. While I shave, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't be using any perfumes, cologne, air fresheners, and creams. So I'm using my natural soap to wash my face with, and lather. And as you can see, it lathers just as well as any foam, shaving foam or shaving cream, and it costs a fraction of that. Now, why should you not use perfume, cologne and air fresheners? Because the chemical composition of the fragrances from which perfumes and colognes are made are created in as a trade secret, and manufacturers do not need to disclose the formula, so they don't need to disclose the content of their fragrances, and this is where they hide their poisons. They may say no fragrance in the ingredients list, but there may be 14 to 20 different chemicals contained in that fragrance that we have no clue about. Once again, the environmental working group has gone through the trouble of analyzing all of these fragrances, perfumes, and so on, and they found that on average every fragrance contains 14 chemicals out of a stock of 3,000 chemical ingredients used by the industry. So, since there is no way of knowing what is in the fragrance of the product that we use, the safe and the same thing to do is not to use any perfumes, colognes, air fresheners, shaving foams and creams and so on. It is just not safe. They can contain things like phthalates, octacinols, non-oxynols, which are the most troubling groups of toxic chemicals found in body care products. And this is true for the cheapest as well as for the most expensive perfumes and colognes. So if you think that by using expensive perfumes you're somehow protecting yourself, then you are wrong. If you absolutely must mask your natural smell, then use an organic essential oil and dilute it with a little bit of water. And if you want your house to smell clean, then keep it clean, or buy a bouquet of flowers every now and then and put it in the middle of the room. That'll fill the room with a nice smell that is natural and safe. Otherwise, you're asking for serious trouble, since many of the chemicals used in perfumes and colognes, as well as in facial cleansers, aftershaves, astringents, hair colors, cleaning products, and acne products have been found to be highly hazardous and constitute a depopulation poison. So stay away from them to be safe. Also, no deodorants or antiperspirants. Deodorants inhibit an essential natural function, which is why no deodorant whatsoever should be used, not even organic kinds. The body expels toxins through sweating and regulates temperature. And if you prevent the body from sweating, these toxins remain in the body. The armpits are also the location of the body with the most important gland, namely the apocrine glands, which secrete pheromones and therefore affect behavior and physiology. So you are impairing these natural functions when you use deodorants or antiperspirants. Besides, deodorants contain a series of nasty stuff. For instance, aluminum chloride, aluminum chlorohydrate, or aluminum zirconium tetrachlorohydrex, as well as glide, and these are inserted in the product to stop you from sweating, which is not a good idea. So they also contain parabens such as methyl, ethyl, propyl, benzyl, and butyl, as well as propylene glycol, phthalates, and triclosan. And these are all depopulation poisons. And you will find a few weeks after refraining from using deodorants that your skin and your armpits would not smell badly at all. Especially if you also follow the protocols of decontaminating your body of depopulation poisons, and of course if you eat properly and keep those poisons out of your body, and if you exercise every day to expel them from your body before they can accumulate in your fat tissue. So you see, everything goes hand in hand. It's not only the products that you use, the body care products that you use, but also your diet and what you do to mitigate for these depopulation poisons, which we will discuss in one of the next lessons. Now, let me show you a few things, tell you a few things about shampoo and about washing your hair in a safe manner with a safe shampoo. So here I am in my bathtub, ready to take a shower, and I'm going to wash my hair and wash my body. Of course, I'm not going to show you any more than you need to. I'm sure you don't want to see any more than you need to. But just to make a point, the shampoo that I use is also a Viva Natura product, and I mention this not because I have a commercial interest in it, because I don't, but simply because people always ask me, well, what do you use? And when I'm in Romania, this is what I use. Viva Natura product. It's excellent. Contains, it's mostly flower extract, water is the main ingredient, then cocamidopropyl betaine, lauryl glucoside, cocoa glucoside, glycerin, and then all kinds of plant extracts, about 20 different plants. And it is 99% of natural ingredients and natural origin. So it is a tried and tested product for me, and it serves me just fine. And of course I use a natural soap, which is handmade and again based on glycerin and plant extracts. But before I wash my hair, I should mention that if you want to avoid deodorants, then my suggestion is that you shower every day and that you'll have no problem smelling. And also that you should avoid antimicrobial soap. In September of 2016, for instance, the Food and Drug Administration has banned 16 substances 16 depopulation poisons, as I call them, that were found in antimicrobial soap. And industry is now in a rush to replace them. Of course, they're replacing them with other substances that are equally poisonous. And now regulatory agencies are in a race with the industry to prohibit them from doing this. So the only way to protect yourself against the poisons contained in antimicrobial soap is to not use any at all. Just use a natural soap and you will be fine. So here I go with my shampoo. And I'm just going to wash my hair, as I do every day. Then, since I use natural products, my hair and my skin are without blemish, are fine. And luckily, even though I'm 52 years old, I still have hair left on my head, which is more than most men can say at this age. Of course, it is going to be very difficult for women to protect themselves from depopulation poisons hidden in cosmetics and dental products, because women use far more cosmetics than men do. The vast majority of cosmetics are produced for and consumed by women. But makeup and creams and all of the cosmetic products that women use are just riddled with depopulation poisons, which is, I suggest that women choose their products very, very carefully and limit their use to an absolute minimum. And those women who will not take these precautions will suffer the consequences, because industry will not be forced to reveal the formulas of their fragrances, which, as I said, on average contain 14 chemicals, for another couple of years, by which time they will have, of course, removed the most damaging poisons and will reveal, formulas that are relatively benign. But until then, of course, we have to protect ourselves, and we have to take the precautions that we can. And of course, there is no guarantee that 2 years from now, governments and regulatory agencies will not find other ways of delaying the process of removing these depopulation poisons. Although they're not as dangerous as those that we ingest through food, water, and beverages, they are nevertheless poisons that come in contact with our skin on a daily basis, because we use cosmetic and dental products on a daily basis. So it is important that we take precautions. Thank you. We started with the face and we end with the bum in our quest for Depop-free hygiene products. What are the do's and don'ts of toilet paper? First of all, no recycled paper, as it contains BPA. Secondly, no toilet paper with dyes and scents. Third, no white toilet paper that is chlorine bleached. And fourth, no paper marked ECF, which stands for elemental chlorine free and has high levels of toxicity. To bleach paper, chlorine is used, and that turns the paper into a highly toxic product, as well as creating many industrial byproducts such as dioxins, furans, and polychlorinated biphenyls, or PCBs, which are responsible for cancer, hormone imbalances, immune system impairments, reduced fertility, and birth defects. Dioxins accumulate in the body and cannot be excreted. Look for brown or beige paper or for paper marked TCF, which stands for totally chlorine-free, and is non-recycled paper bleached with oxygen, ozone, and hydrogen. Toilet paper marked PCF, which stands for processed chlorine-free, is also fine. But if you want to save yourself the trouble of having to worry about being poisoned from down under, and if you want to save lots of trees, then install a bidet. That way you'll have a clean conscience and a clean butt. And you'll be certain that no depopulation poisons get into your body from down under. Well, I got my toilet paper. I'm good to go. Well, I'm now back home, sitting on my loo, safe in the knowledge that I have the right toilet paper, which is chlorine bleach free, dye free, scent free, and free of recycled paper and therefore of BPA. Life is good. And that is my last word on body care products. You take care.